Hello guys, welcome to the Zero Cut channel. Today we'll be talking about home office and how to, be productive at home. What you should do if you were having issues, if you were just starting to work at home maybe. How to be organized in a way that home feels like a place that is good to work from. So I've been working in a home office setup since maybe 6 years ago, something like that. And I was always, that was my goal for my life. I really always wanted to be able to have this freedom that I could work from anywhere and so on. I thought it was always a life goal for me. And I managed to achieve that, what is super cool. But in the beginning of this journey, I was having issues with that. I remember that I wasn't being, productive at home. I couldn't do the same that I was doing at work at home, and I couldn't understand why, because that's all of what I always wanted, and suddenly I have that and I cannot do what I was expecting to do because I want to keep the job, so I need to deliver value to the company, right? And I started to find some small details. Most of the things that I will be telling you today, they are not things that are, big changes that you will need to do. I think there are these small adjustments that whenever you do that, you will see that it will get a way easier and better when you can be more productive working from home. The first thing is, you need to send the right message to your brain that what you are doing, even being inside home, it's work and it's serious. So everything that you can think of that your brain could think that it's not work because of that, you need to remove. Let me give some examples. Pajamas. No, you should wear. I'm not saying that you need to wear a suit at home. No, that's not a thing. But you should wear clothes that make sense, a t-shirt that maybe you would go to work with that t-shirt, a shorts, you're not be just with underwear, for example. So try to remove these small things that could give the wrong message to your brain. Another thing, I think it's very bad when you, for example, wake up and 1 minute after that you already start to work just because you work from home, so you have this flexibility. No, I think it's very bad, and I already did that, and it's not good. Like, if you have a meeting and you join this meeting after 1 minute that you are waking up, this meeting will be terrible. People can notice even your voice, and you were thinking about other things, that you need to prepare lunch and not lunch, breakfast, and so on, right? So you need to have this organized routine that you will wake up, not maybe 1 hour if you needed that because of commuting time to go to work, not 1 hour, but at least 20 minutes before starting to work, right? Like, that you have time to get your breakfast, that you can really wake up, and I think that's vital for this process. Another thing that I think it really helps, the third bullet of our list, is you need to have an environment that doesn't seem like um, any other thing at home besides your workspace, that it is dedicated to work. You shouldn't be working from your bed. I think that's a terrible idea. You need to have your own desk. You need to have the place that your body will automatically know that you are working when you are there. So avoid doing things like bringing the laptop with you to the bed to start working in the morning from there, and so on. I think it really doesn't help, and it doesn't send the right message to your brain that you are working, and you should be able to find a place that gives this message in a very clear way to your brain that here is the place that you work and now it's time to focus. So that's my third tip. The fourth one is about being inside a place that you feel comfortable, that is organized, and that is, like, not distractive. Because, for example, if you think about work environments, they usually have a very clean setup around the places that are you need a lot of attention, that you are focusing to do your work, right? So you need to have a place like that as well. You need to have a place that you are not working on your desk, and if you look right, you will see the dishes from the day before, and if you look left, you will see the toys of your kids, let's say, like that. No, I think it doesn't help. I'm not saying that you will work in a bad way if you have that. Sometimes it's you cannot avoid, but if you manage to organize that in a way that looks clean, that it's not like there are a lot of distractions around, you can be more focused. So that's one thing that I really think it has a very important impact when working from home and focusing on being productive and so on. Last but not least, tip number 5 is that you should invest money in the things that will make you feel comfortable and that you have everything that you need to work in the best way possible. Usually, the companies are offering the employees a good infrastructure, right? You have usually, I'm not saying always, usually you have a good chair that you can sit on. You have like a good equipment. You have things that are ideal for work. And maybe you can think like, oh, I will not spend my money buying things for work. It doesn't make sense. I'm working to get money, not to spend money, right? Yeah, you have a point, but if you will be like spending 8 hours per day doing something, don't you want to feel comfortable doing that, having a good equipment and so on, in case they don't provide to you, right? So I invest a lot in my home office setup here. I bought my own keyboard, my own mouse, the way that I want it. I have my own chair and so on. Imagine if I was using a stool, for example, the whole day when working, and I didn't have this very good chair that I have. So these things make the process of being productive more complicated. And I understand that you can think that you shouldn't invest to work for a company, right? But in the end of the day, you are investing in your own setup, things that you will have forever, things that if you change the job you will still have, right, and so on. So you need to have these good conditions to work from home, and that's the last tip that I wanted to share with you, and the 5 key things that after all this time working from home are the most important ones for me. Tell me in the comments if you have any other thing that you believe that I've missed and you consider important, and share with the friends that you have that are working from home and complaining that they are not being productive or they don't have the, the best configuration possible there. See you in the next videos. Bye guys.